Hey, guess we're live. I don't know if anybody's watching, and I haven't done this in quite some time. So, if this is too rough for you, well, you can come back later when I get better at this again. It's just been a while. All right. So, what I'm going to be doing here is actually just confirming that it announced, there we go. Yeah, okay. It is, it's been tweeted. So, I am going to be building my church's website, or at least starting to work on it. And it's all designed in Sketch. I'm a Sketch guy, so like this is what it looks like. And I got this phase. Probably a lot of this is just going to be Tailwind, but I will be using Statamic 6, and I'll start stubbing stuff out. And I already kind of got some of the boring work out of the way, doing the font CSS stuff. So anyway, all right. We got 10, 11 people here. Sweet. Maybe I should turn on comments in case somebody says something. I think this works. Yeah, put that right over here. Okay. So we're going to do Statamic new, which is called Grace Life Beachside. So I'll just do that. New site, Statamic Pro. We're not going to do static. Yeah, I'll worry about that, all that stuff later. Check at checkingtheme.com. CD Grace Life. I'm going to open that up. In cursor. And we're going to go to Grace Life beachside.test. This is the current site, by the way, is like perp. I had nothing to do with it. It's not great. All right. We're going to open up the layout and just get rid of all this basic stuff. And home page template. There we go. I'm going to start coding up all our stuff right here. Probably should also make sure Tailwind's going. So I will, shoot, what is the code for open terminal? I'll just open this terminal. Install. Some things you just straight forget when you're live streaming. You're like, yeah, who knows? Dev. All right, let's just test that this is working. So if I throw like a black in there, all right, cool. We are rocking and rolling. Probably let me show a couple little Statamic things before we get into just tailwinding for a little while. But I'll log in, control panel, and I did enable Statamic Pro. I didn't buy a license. I'll do that later. And I like light mode. I'm just a light mode guy for everything but my code editor. Now, actually, I like dark mode for my OS, and then I like light mode for my apps. But I like dark mode for my code editor. And all right, so I mean, we can do a little bit of content modeling before I start coding, just to give you guys like a taste for V6, and then before I start doing tailwinding. So we got a couple sections here about media events, harbors, like a counseling ministry contact page. So each of these is going to be different. The about section is probably just gonna have a bunch of sub pages that are kind of similar. So we got a home page, we got a media page, we got, those are designed as well. So we got media. We've got harbor page, we've got events. So these top level pages are going to be, well, homepage is different. Yeah, we'll probably just do like a pages collection, which is there by default. So I can just stub out a couple of things like, move this over here so I can see it. We'll make a media page. We'll make an events page. We'll make the harbor page, and then actually do create another after I'm done saving here, so we don't have to keep going back. And then I guess we'll have a give page over here. That should be enough for now. There will be but I might not even make the about page. All right, so I'll make about, and it's gonna be like second position, media events, harbor contact. And then about we'll probably have some child pages like I don't know, leadership. And did I typo that? Leadership. I did. Leadership. And I think, I don't know, we haven't quite determined all these yet. Probably something like I don't know, volunteering or something. Let's throw a placeholder in there. Hey John, what's up? Yeah, feel free to reply. It looks like I'm seeing comments. We got some basic pages. I don't think I saved it when I move things around. Contact, da, 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 da. That's mostly in the right order. I'll save those changes. I'm not going to worry too much about field types yet. So yeah, just like a little preview of the control panel here. We've got command, a nice command palette now in Statamic 6, so you can jump right into your pages, or I can go to dark mode, or I can go to like, oops, go to like my blueprints, or go back to light. Jump around the control panel really, really easily. But yeah, let's pop back open to the front end here, and let's start wiring some stuff up. So we'll go resources, but we're going to go make a few CSS changes. And I don't do this every single day, so I need to copy and paste myself a few things like customizing fonts, font family. How do I configure this? Dun, dun, dun. I think I know it's all CSS variables. I just don't remember how to do that. There we go. Want my font size? Yeah, I can do it. Is that big enough? I can make it bigger if anyone needs a little more. All right, so theme variables and font. Here we go. I'm gonna do one of these bad boys, and let's see. I have a little copy and paste step in here just to get past this part. So my sans font is gonna be Stratos. My serif is gonna be New Spirit Condensed, and mono. I think it should be fine just there. But I also have a handwritten font. I almost always do in my designs. So this is going to be caveat, and I'll fall back to it really doesn't matter, but probably sans. And that should do it for that. We'll need to put these in my layout. Get rid of all this stuff. And I should be able to close those out. And let's just do a little test here. What? That looks like, which font would that be? It should be the, yeah. It should be Stratos, right? And then if I did font serif, we should see my nice little, yeah, perfect. Excellent. All right, we're kind of in sort of business. And go back to our design. Let me grab a background color here and do a couple color variables. And color, I'm going to call this parchment. Did it grab that from my, no, it didn't. All right. Did that work? Why did that not work? Did I do color wrong? Uh, color, that should work. Come on. It would look like I don't know what I'm doing, but I've been working on Statamic 6 for like a straight year, and I haven't like spun up some of this stuff in like forever. You open up, let's see, just do another test. Color womp is black. Yeah, that's not working either. What am I doing wrong? Web development 101, Jack. What am I doing? A little music on. That is updating. Is it just not showing up? It looks correct. Is it just like, have I got nothing in it? Is it really just like super basic? What? What am I doing wrong? Somebody help. Help Jack build his first website. Oh, come on. What am I doing wrong? Color. Do they have to have numbers? Can't remember if they like have to have numbers now. I don't think so. Yeah, no, it should be like this, right? Color Lagoon. Oh, well, that's a problem. That wasn't the problem. All right. Yeah, they don't, yeah, Daniel says they don't have to have numbers. I didn't think so. Lagoon. That worked. Okay. So the Okelich worked. Um, that one didn't. So yeah. If I replace this with that, that works. And I'm not supposed to quote it. Is it just like, oh, I'm not supposed to quote it? Oh, yeah, I'm not supposed to quote it. There you go. Learn something new every day. And you learned it with me. Or you were yelling at your screen because I wasn't getting it. All right, so we've got a background color. Do it might as well be black. All right. Let's just get like an H1 going here. Get rid of that for now. All right, 6x is 3.75 rem, and I'm doing let's see here, 60, 3.75 times 16 is 60. So that looks like about the right size. And we've got Make sure that kind of looks about the same. Yeah. All right, let's start exporting some assets here. Actually, I'm gonna want this in resources, SVG. And got a width of 200. Didn't ask for that, AI. Is that broken? Ah, let's look at the formatting. Yeah, really trash out of Sketch. I wish their exports were better. Let me do resources SVG and run my little cleanup script. There we go. Much better. That doesn't belong there. What's wrong with it still? Oh, I'm just this is inlining it, so I actually don't want to do it like that. I could just do, I could inline it. It looks like I exported pretty poorly anyway. Let's let's look at it in Illustrator. Yeah. Okay, I guess it's because those are white. Nah, just like really poorly exported. All right, well, I have these somewhere else. Let's just grab, that's a PNG. Yeah, I'll do the PNG for now. We can clean that up later. There we go. This area here is kind of an arbitrary height, so we'll just sort of arbitrarily pad this out, or H be like 20 by 16. That's not how that works. Do 96, let's go 28, 12, good enough. Just right between. And we're gonna have the nav here, then we're gonna have the The button is going to be here. Let's get rid of this background. What happened to my music? Seriously, what happened to my music? There we go. All right, so we're gonna loop through that the pages. Let's see, nav collection pages. Like the ones we created there. Although we don't want this give to be in there at all. So we can exclude this one of a couple different ways. Basically, this one link we don't want to be in this loop. So we can go to our pages blueprint, like kind of a nice clean way to do it. And we'll make a toggle called show in nav, or yeah, show in nav. And we'll set it to true by default. We'll save. Back to our pages collection, go here. We're gonna like hide it from the nav. And then over here, we'll do show in nav. Nope, it's where, yeah, show in nav is true. Off the top of my head, pretty sure that's it. And that should have worked. Let's read our docs. Actually, now I'm wondering if that actually works on the nav tag. I think it works. Hey, what's up, Ryan McCarthy? Miss you too, buddy. Been way too long. Looks like your podcast is killing it, dude. Congrats. All right. We can do this a little differently. Wait, how do we filter this out? It's funny how rusty you can get. This is good. I mean, I'm getting the rust off in real time in front of people, but I have a big course to do for Statamic 6, and yeah, I need to get some of this rust off. All right, we need to do. Actually, what I'm looking for is the conditions page, right? Tag conditions. Field name, condition, value. Yeah, that's what I want. So Boolean. Okay, yeah. It's a little different for Boolean. So for negative Boolean, don't use false. We'll do exists equals true. Should that do the trick? This is show and nav. Should all show and nav, and then div should have not show a nav. Sometimes your own software. I know I can flip it and it would be like probably easier, or if it was hide from nav, and default is off. It would be right. Is this the problem? Doesn't exist. No, that still shows up. On this episode of Jack Struggles to Use His Own Software, what do we got here? I know there's an example in here, right? Daniel, help me out. How do I exclude a page from a nav? This is silly. Maybe if I just did it. Yeah, that's not right. Isn't it hide from nav false or show a nav true with the colon making it a true Boolean? You have to. Oh, is that what it is? I don't think so. Hide from nav. Well, I did have that reversed. No. Conditions. It's field name, then condition type, and then value. And it's a Boolean condition. So it should be field name, just hide from nav. Still need the is hide from nav is false. Add that so it's evaluated. Is that it? Nope. Hide from nav is false. I'm dropping this in my Slack. When you spend all your time designing UI and writing blog posts and answering questions, sometimes you forget the little things. Yeah, I know it's probably a Boolean thing. Um, hmm. I can just move on. I'm gonna move on. I'm sure I'll figure this out. Or I think I could probably just do like, yeah, that is not it. I can filter it out by ID. I think I can just do like ID is not. something like this. Exclude the current entry. Yeah, ID. Oh, it's just not. Okay, so that works for now. We're just gonna exclude it by ID. I could do it by slug too. I think it'd probably be easier. So like give. Come on. Right, slug does not give. That's good enough for now. I don't like doing things by slugs, or like URL segments, just because it's brittle. If anyone ever names it, all of a sudden like something shows up that wasn't intended to. So anyway, all right. So we have a button over here. Let's style this button. Actually, we need that color, which I'd call like coral or something. So let's go color coral, which makes me think of that Walking Dead meme. Coral. Yeah, Daniel, that's probably that's honestly what I usually do too. I just thought this would be easier. Instead of doing what I was doing, like making a collection and creating all the pages and then excluding stuff, usually just make a separate navigation and just put the things you want in there. Because like later you could have other entries and different things and like terms and conditions and other pages and just have a separate nav that runs that. I just didn't want to, I thought it would be less work to just exclude a page for now. Silly me. All right, back to making a button. I just made the coral. Class feature coral. Let's see how close that gets us. Pretty close. This is like 46 pixels high, 44. Close enough for me. A little bit more X padding. And then let's start playing around with components. So let's make let's pull the docs up there. Actually, I don't think we have. Let's see. Maybe I won't do components because I haven't tested these. I know we have them, but I'm just going to test this live. We're going to make a components directory, and I'm going to make view called button. I'm going to move this into there, and then see if I can do S button. I'm not positive that's how it's done. No, it's not. It's close though. It's something like that. Let me go read the PR because I know we didn't document this. Silly me. Is it? Oh, is it just X? Oh, it's not S. Yeah. So it's like actual blade components. So X button, right? Yeah. And then we can do give be here. And then inside the button, I would do put slot. That's $sign there. There we go. There we go. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so now we have a nice little button component, and we can mess around with more components as we need them. All right. So for a placeholder, I'm gonna make an aqua teal. What color is this? Let's name this hex color. There's a site here. Here we go. Blue. Munsell. Mm, um, I'm just gonna call it GLB blue. I'll call it. It's not aqua. I hate naming things. All right. The huge border radius, 42. I don't know how high Tailwind actually goes. Color brand blue. Hmm, that's actually a good pattern. Brand always feels weird in the context of a church, but um, it's not accurate. That's fine. Thanks, Daniel. You're my lifeline here today, buddy. All right. Rounded 4XL goes up to 32. I need more than that. So we're just going to do rounded 42. Probably the only place on the site is this giant hero. So I think that's fine. And this is, yeah, it's not squircled. And it's so big, I don't think you even notice a squircle. So I'm not going to mess around with squircles. All right. So on the home page, this is like really tall. Let's say 100 pixels tall. On sub pages, it's 377. So I'll probably make it 380 or 400. But I'll make a hero component also. So X hero. And then here, this is actually the H1. So this will be just find refuge. Make a hero. Yeah, I can do class font serif. Isn't big. This is a big boy. So yeah, the 200. So text 200 pixels. And we'll do text white. Actually, I think it's parchment. I think it's, no, it is white. Okay. Text white. And we do have a text shadow. Font serif. Oh, this font bold. And let's see. Double check how we add props. How do props work? Yeah, that's how props work in components. So default title, it's, do I even need a default? We'll just call it hello. And this will be title, find refuge. And then I'll have a slot here for everything else. So this will be the H1. And then on all the other pages, it's literally just the H1. But here we have a little subtext. And there's also this stylized secondary word that's in the background. So I'll need a prop for that too. I need a name for that. What would you call this like background text? Title, layer? One word would be nice. And it's not a subtitle. What do you call that? Bum. It's like graffiti, kind of. So we'll also have that. And we'll just do div. Yeah, we'll work this out in a bit. So that'll be graffiti. Refuge, which actually I think is another font I have to go pull in here. So I'll write about that a little bit more later. Let's see how this looks. So is this component at least working? I'll comment this out. Don't need that for now. Okay, this works. I do see there's the little refuge there. Awesome. So absolute, I'm gonna do like opacity, really faint text, 200 pixels, rotate 3, do like inset 0. Yes, I can do anything. Text center. Kinda. Good enough for now. We got squat. We probably should. No, it really is. Just this homepage is the only place that does this subtext thing. So this is medium condensed, 26. Class font. Text to Excel. Medium. Inset 0 M auto centers. Inset 0. Is it not already centered? I mean, like vertically centered? That's not better. Yeah. It's a minor deal. I'll get that sorted. All right, so this is also text center. And we want this to be flex column. Add some padding. So I want like the base to be a little less than that, 20. Oh, we also want to do overflow hidden because yeah, it's gonna definitely overflow. And this lot, since it's the only place we're doing this, really can just style all of it here, I guess. So text center, padding, and actually use the right text. There we go. Kind of about same width. Nice. All right, now we have a shadow on here. I don't think Tailwind does text shadows yet, or does it? Text shadow. Oh, it does. That's right. They did add that. Right? Text shadow. Jake! What's up, bud? Long time no talk. Let's see. Just Tailwind does that. Well, I know Tailwind does everything, but doesn't do everything, everything. It's always does almost everything, which is great. I only ever do things that Tailwind does. So, but yeah. All right, so we're gonna do, I don't want it pre-built. I want a custom property. How's the custom property syntax look here? Yeah, like that. So we're gonna do on the hero component right here, text shadow. And then we got 10, 10. So we're gonna do 10 pixels, 10 pixels, and got this color 15%. Just checking my syntax. Oh, I gotta convert the RGB. Oh, yeah, I do. So RGB, yeah, that would be RGB, right? Yeah. How do I see this color in RGB? I can do HSL in here also. Pretty sure. HSLA 220, 29, 0, 220, 29, 29, 0. No, that's an 8. And then 15. And some of these are percentages, right? Saturation. So this should be a percentage also. We get it? Yeah, got it. Looks good. All right. A little too big, a little too small. I think I'm just going to anti-alias everything on the site. Just do it that way. All right. Also, this should be should I have a wrapper around the whole site? I'm trying to think if I ever go full width. I go full width in the footer. Oops. I only go full width in the footer, I think. That overlaps. All right. Yeah. So I'll just do this everywhere. Oh, it needs to be a wrapper. Yeah. There we go. And on the homepage, I want this to just be way bigger. And we're also going to pass an image into it. So we'll get into that. But this one here, height, I think I can just do like, I just add classes in here. So class, and then I should be able to just do class like that. Yeah, there we go. And then here we got to do justify center. Nice. And I'll just, let me export this image and we'll just drop that in. So I'll turn this off. Page, hero. on assets. All right. For now, this will be fine. Where we just hard code stuff in, and we're gonna pass in. All right, it's time to break this up. Image. It knew where I was going. Make it not dynamic. I'm gonna pass in the path, so it's gonna be assets. What did I just call it? Homepage hero. It's an assets. Okay, then here we're gonna do, yeah, that'll work. Doesn't work though. All right, we're close. Background image. Oh, I gotta accept the prop. And what is it exporting here? You know, you could use blade components instead of Antler's file. You can use blade components in Antlers in Statamic 6. Brand new feature. You can also just write blade also. It's also cool. But yeah. All right. That looks right. Why it no work? Love being able to watch this live. Dude, Matt, I was just watching you live earlier. Sweet. Um, has its homepage hero. Homepage hero image. Oh, come on, AI. But we're in. Okay. Whoa. That is a really crappy export. What did it decide? Really? Did it like make a gigantic image? That's crazy. All right. Um, why did it do that? Should be 800 pixels high. I'm gonna open it in trusty Photoshop. I need to break this out. I don't want to make you watch me do really, really meticulous stuff, but this image actually has a number of like effects on it. So we've got I don't know, here it's an image that's being set to overlay that has multiple layers of like halftone texture and a little bit of noise. I'm pointing at the screen that you can see me. So I want to layer those in dynamically. And so I can just, if ever anyone else is working on this website, they can just drop an image in. But I will fiddle with that kind of stuff. That's going to take probably like an hour or two to get it right, and then just get dynamic imagery sizing, all that stuff. That's outside the scope of a mildly interesting live stream, which I'm kind of impressed. I got 175 people here. This is pretty cool. All right. Pretty great church too if you're in northeastern Florida, which I'm sure almost probably none of you are. So that's great. All right, image trim. Let's do this for now. Let's see. I'm going to delete that. Drop this in. And just copy the URL. Oops. There we go. Nice. This looks so bad. Just for now, I'm just going to turn it off. I'll figure that out later. All right, we've got a hero. We've got a hero. Um, and let's just go a little dynamic here. So let's go to our blueprints, and I'm gonna get rid of that. And we're not using that feature. Let's create a field called, we're going to make an asset field. We're going to call it hero background. And we're going to make sure you only, let's see, I'll just do grid. Max files of 1. We only ever need 1 of those. I'm going to save that. I'm going to move this up here. Actually, I'm going to make a new section here. We're going to call it hero. Nope, not tab, my bad. I'm going to make a section called hero. I'll make it collapsible. I'm going to put it here. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll put it down here. Make another one called system. Make it collapsible by default, and I'll put like template down there. It's the one thing we need to work out is like dragging into the empty state of that one box is still a little fiddly. Levitt, what's going on? It's going well. Working on Statamic 6 here. Actually, this is going down here. System template goes down here. Hero is going to get a hero background. We'll add a hero title. So that's just going to be a text field. Because, well, I mean, it's almost always going to be the H1 of the page. It's always one of those kind of like weird things where I can just make it optional. And if you set the hero title, it'll override the H1. We'll just do that. So I'll have hero title, hero background. We'll have another text field called hero subtitle. Like that. We've got, this is, I'm going to call that main, I guess. I'll put that down here for now. We're not really using it. So we'll have main. We've got hero title, subtitle, background. That should be all I need, right? 1, 2, 3. We've got graffiti word, so we'll make a text for that. Graffiti style word, and I'll just call that graffiti, and that will be, yeah, kind of like the least important bit. It's just a little accent. Probably won't even use it on mobile sizes because the odds of it lining up right are pretty low. All right, we'll save that. We'll come back to our pages collection. We'll go to the home page, and let's make this dynamic. So I'm going to do title. Hero title is find refuge, and subtitle is this. And I'll subtitle that in right there. I just undid it. Okay, browse asset, we're going to map to that one. Graffiti style word is refuge. And I noticed that this ended up down below. I didn't save it after that change. Okay, so we have main, we have hero, we have system stuff down here. Cool. So title, we're going to map that to hero title, right? And in that case, we have a little period there, a little stylistic choice. Okay. And then subtitle is not rendering. Did we not save it? Oh, it's hero subtitle. There we go. And let's wrap that in if here's subtitle. This page scope is not strictly necessary, although it can be pretty good, like best practices. I kind of like not using it. Then graffiti should be graffiti. And yeah, this is going to be your background. All that should work. All right, excellent. So now we could test it with like, let me just grab an unsplash picture of anything. I come in here and swap this out. Downloads. like that. Nice. All right. Yeah, I'm actually coding. I'm I don't this dude, you can have let me put this back to continue editing. You can have AI do this. It won't do it as well. I am way better at this. Although if you've been watching since the beginning, it may not feel like it. This will be way better when I do it by hand than if I have AI try to do stuff like this. This will be a fantastic, beautiful, well-maintained website that's going to last for, my guess is at least 5 years, maybe longer. So, all right. I do most things by hand. I didn't save that change. There we go. All right, let's go back to our sketch file. What are we doing next? We've got a content area here, and a couple sections of the site are going to do this treatment where we have text on the one side and an image on the other. It kind of like um, flip flops, switch swaps all the way down. So this is going to need to be part of a page buildery sort of setup. Um, some of the things in design, especially when I'm designing, uh, I end up realizing the inconsistencies when you're coding it, right? You're like, oh, I have to make exceptions for this and exceptions for that and exceptions for that. And then I just start to like sort of refine the design a little bit. So like as I'm looking at this right now, thinking about coding it, we have this sort of like it's like the page level hero H1, but this is kind of when I design, I like basically what I want every page to do is subvert your expectations and make you read content. And there's a little number of tricks for doing that. And I think, your average church website, or really like most websites that have media kind of content, is going to have a hero, it's going to have two buttons at the top, then you're going to have three boxes here, three boxes, and you're going to have a big chunky hero. I want the words to like start catching you and pull you down the page. So I'm not putting videos on the homepage. I'm just hitting you with people, the place, the area, really trying to make you feel connected. The idea for this site is like a, it should be the front porch of the church rather than the place you go for absolutely everything. Like, hey, drop by the front porch. Oh, there's people outside. It looks kind of nice. Maybe pull up and say hello. That's just kind of, my approach to design when I'm doing things. And so, yeah, as I build this out, I'm wondering all that, all that to say is there's like a couple of different ways I might want to do this. Maybe the homepage gets its own treatment. But in this particular page, I've got this little, stylistic, let me put these corners back before I forget this stylistic separator here, like separator between each section. I'm trying to remember now. This one has a separator, but this one doesn't because it is the same content. So does that mean I go like this? They really should be all down one side now because they're not separate sections. These are the things I need to decide as I'm doing it. This one was most like the homepage where I have some text because I literally copy and paste did the homepage and I didn't actually do anything. Yeah. So we'll need some fiddling as we go. But I think for now, I'm just going to start with a page builder and just give each of these like a block type. And maybe it doesn't really matter. Well, I'll have a separator block type and I'll just plop that in and maybe just do it that way. Um, yeah. Yeah, I think that should work if you care about the thought process. All right. So the page builder is going to go here. So this is going to be, what would I call it? Page. I mean, I could just call it. I feel like page builder is a weird word in the template because the template is the page builder, not the component. Um, Maybe I'll just call it rich content. I don't know. Let's make a rich content component. Kill the props for now. Kill everything inside here for now. And let's just say, let's close that. Let's close that. Hello. Does anybody else like type the way you think? Hello? I like literally say hello with a W in my head sometimes, then I type the W. Does anybody else do that? I've got a rogue parenthesis here. What is that from? Is that, did we find a bug? What is that from? It is, oh, I found a little bug with the template parser. Yeah, I'd love to try implementing it too. Yes. Um, John says the cause of many bugs. What is the cause of many bugs? Code? Writing by hand? AI? I don't know. Morton back says, I'd love to try implementing it too. Um, what? Oops, I was trying to put the comment on screen. How do I do that? Typing what I think. Oh, yeah, typing what I think. Exactly. Uh, Morton, can you elaborate? I'd love to try implementing it too. Something I might be interested in. I don't know what you're referring to. Are you just mean like Statamic 6 or let me know. All right. Anyway, back to building this component, and I'll keep my eye on the comments. So if I put this here, yeah, I'm going to put class PY. Taking the design to Statamic. Dude, get after it. You don't need my permission. Statamic core is free. Go for it. All right. I want this to be a little wider. This is just my thought process out loud again, but I usually design to 1280 browser, mostly because when I use my shortcuts to move my browser windows around, half a screen is exactly 1280. And so that is the time, the size I usually always have open. This time I wanted it to be a little bigger because I'm trying to change. I'm old now and I don't change very well. So I'm like, let's do 1440. And now, like, you design it, and I realize like this is 1308, so it's already wider than 1280. And so my font size to have 3 lines here probably should be a little bit smaller than 60. And this is just where I'm like, blah, why did I do it that way? I should just done it the way I always do it. Anyway, all right, 5XL. It should be in between those. So let's do like 54 pixels. Text center. And really what this needs is a little bit of a dynamic text size if we want to like cap it at 3 lines. I know there's a number of different ways to do that between text wrap pretty and clamping and all that. I'll fiddle around with that more when I'm not live streaming. But anyway, so this is text center. Now we've got these images. And for now, let me just export like a couple of these. Oh, but without rounded corners. Um, nope, not an SVG. That's actually me on the left. Let's see. And this one. 2 is going to be enough to mess around with building here. Oh, also because it's rotated, it's going to be exported that way. So I'm going to do that in code. Let's redo that. Let me just get rid of all those placeholders. right? Is it 0? Not rotated at all. Yeah. And this. And one more. Yeah. Export out of corners. I'm still kind of, I didn't update Sketch for a long time, and then I just got the Tahoe update, even though I'm not on Tahoe. And so I'm a little bit like, where's everything? I'm not quite used to the changes, although mostly I do like them, mostly. All right. So let's drop these into, where's assets? All right. And so let's make a new component here. Or not, yeah, I mean, we're making a component. Let's make a new bit in the blueprint. So I'm going to do, how do I want to do this? I usually use Bard because Bard's a great field type for like content goes down the middle and then like cool little interactive bits go in between. But there is no like main center content here. I'm always having like a reinforcement image. And I don't think anywhere else in the site so far, and I could change that, but for now I'm just going to go with what I've designed. So I'm going to use replicator. So system main yeah, so I'm going to make a replicator field, even though I really like Bard. We're going to call this page builder. And then we're going to make some sets. And each of these blocks is going to be a set. So we're going to name this first set. Will it be like text block, text panel, side by side, rich text, gotta name stuff. For now, I mean, we'll just call it content block. And let's see. You can pick an icon. Let's see if I can find an icon that has like text and an image, like a grid, kind of something representative here. Not exactly. Not exactly. Maybe one of these. I'll come back to this layout section. Oh yeah, something kind of like this. It's probably, oh yeah, here we go. Text, but it's wrapped. You can never have the perfect. I think this is probably close enough. I'll do this icon. And content block. And then we'll have a Bard field inside that. We're gonna have it be a really simple Bard field. This be text content. And I'm just gonna have it be bold italic. No lists, no quotes, no images, no tables. Fixed toolbar. I'm gonna use a floating toolbar. Let me turn on smart typography. And no sets. Could just save this as HTML probably, because that's all it's ever going to be. So I'll do that. And it should work. All right. I closed all. Let me go back to page builder. All right, and now we need an asset field. that supporting image. Um, Supporting, I'll just call it illustration. I think I want to apply that it's always an illustration to enforce that design style. So assets is fine. We're going to set a max of 1, right? Should I allow stacking? Nah, I think 1 should be fine. 1's good. Okay, so that's this group. It's going to look like this. Oh, we also have this little eyebrow text. What do I want to call that? I'm going to call it an eyebrow text because that's what I call it. It's a little eyebrow. And that's just text. And we'll go like that. So we got content, and then maybe I want to show them side by side. See how that looks. Okay, now we're gonna have another set, and this is gonna be section break, image, and that's just gonna be like image, something like, yeah, that should be fine. This is just gonna be one asset field. Section, I'm gonna call it icon. And that's gonna be limit of 1. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do that. We still need to do a gallery. I'm gonna call that a gallery. So we're gonna create an image gallery. Pick an icon. Image gallery, that'll work. And then that is just gonna have an assets field, images, no limit. We're not gonna limit those. We can just have it horizontally scroll or something if you want a lot more, or just cap them based on the screen size. Okay, that's that. And then that wouldn't be a hero text. What we call that, like full width block text. Heading. I can just call it a heading. Text. Yeah, something like this. And that's gonna have. I'll do a barred field there too. Barred is, it's gonna be our rich text. I don't want to teach anybody Markdown to manage a site, although I'll probably make all the changes to it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But heading text, and we're just gonna do bold italic. Turn everything else off. Yeah, that should be fine. I think that's going to give me everything we need for now. That's going to be like a one-off thing for the home page. Take a quick look at the other pages of the site. I think that should really satisfy that. I don't think I'm going to end up with that style. It's a totally different thing. Yeah, should be good. All right, save, close all. And we're going to come back to the home page. Wait a second. Did I not actually save it? It should have save hero. Where did I make that? Is anybody paying attention? I managed to not save that. That shouldn't have happened. It should have asked me, what the heck? Did I do that in a different blueprint? No, I only have the one. It's not in hero. It's not in system. Well, that sucks. Let's open an issue. Let's test this. Can I make a change Find, save, then refresh. No, that stayed. What did I manage to do? Huh. I don't even know what to I don't even know what to say. Besides, let's do it again real quick. That was a bummer on a live stream. All right. What was this called? This was called, I don't remember. Text image block. I think it's content block. I'll skip the icons for now. Just get it back. And Bard. Block content. And then we've got asset field. That illustration. Double check you did click save, close all. A notification did pop up saying it saved. Yeah, I did. I don't know what happened. Clearly there's a bug. We're gonna do a crop load testing when I get off this so that doesn't happen to anybody else, because that's no fun. You don't want to lose all that work. So there's clearly a bug. We'll fix it. All right. Illustration, we've got text field for eyebrow. Let's just super save. Let's make sure that it's still there. All right, and we've got a gallery. I'm gonna have an asset field here. No limit. And we've got section break. And that's an asset field. It's an icon. Number one. I think that's everything, right? We had content block, gallery, section break. Oh, and then the big heading text. Header, heading, header, heading. I don't know the difference. Bard. Text. It's possible that the toast came back with an early promise, and I hit refresh or something. I don't know. But all right, here we go. Content block. I'm going to put heading first. Content block, gallery, section break. I'm going to add these icons real quick because then it just looks so much better. So heading is going to be text header. Yeah, that's fine. Content block. I think this was like wrap. Yeah, like that. Gallery. Section break. I think just something like that. I think that's what I picked. All right, still all there. Now let's go to our homepage. Unsaved changes. Okay, that's what I had before. All right, should have had before. I'll go this way. Page builder. All right, so now I can put this here. I'll leave these out for now. Like Then we're going to add a block. We're going to do gallery. And then that's going to be this image and that image and that image. 3 is fine for now. Then we're going to do a content block. Copy that in. Nice paste. Perfect. We got bold, we got italic in there. Excellent. I don't have these. Yeah, I guess I could export it. Or not. That's not gonna look good. Yeah. I'll do a real ghetto one for now, just for the live stream. Sketch is not great about exporting like complicated SVGs. Just not good at all. All right. That's called the Shaka. And let's bring that in. Eyebrow text here is good. And I'll just do 2 blocks here just to get this going. Content block, illustration. Switch up here. Eyebrow text. Okay, I'll get us down to here. It's enough to get back to building some stuff. All right, let's get back into code. Rich content. So this is the header that we just, the header block. So inside here, we want to pass in hot corners for the win. Which corners? Which corners are hot? Oh, this shenanigans? No, I don't know what we're talking about. Yeah. Lost my train of thought for a second. Inside here, we are going to take a loop, page builder. And then if, not as heading text, if type equals heading text, and that's not the name of it. So we're going to go back in here. Oh, okay. So the set type is heading. And we've got heading text, right? Sorry for getting to your desktop quickly. I thought, oh no, I don't have hot corners. I'm using a MX Master mouse and I just squeeze it. Squeeze it is my, give me the desktop. I love that. All right, heading text. Let's test that out. Oh, we need to, okay, that is there. Let's just make sure, okay, type. Actually, it's not if type, it's what, if set, right? What is it? Okay, I'm in replicator. It would be templating. I think I have to pass, because when I'm in a component, I've got to pass the page builder instance into it. Pretty sure that's the issue. Yeah, I love a good productivity hack. Page builder. Let me just for now, I'm gonna do this here because I'm just kind of playing with features I haven't actually played with very much myself. Let's make sure this is working correctly. Now I'll move it in. Okay, page builder. There's the field name. Okay. And then if type is the name of the type, oh, it's not set, it's type. Okay, that is it. There we go. All right, awesome. So we're gonna do py24. So that's that. And then if type is content block, if I go to the blueprint, yeah, content block. And then the third one, we've got if type is gallery. And then type is section break. Inside content block, I have block content. And I'm realizing now if I like did all the scaffolding first, I'll show you something cool. If I made, yeah, you can run this scaffold views and all of the data in your blueprints will automatically get spit out here. So I give you a stub of all of your variables that are available in that collection, and then I wouldn't have to work all this out. Because my memory is, not great. So I just need to, who can remember what I named stuff for more than 2 seconds? All right, so I've got block content, illustration. It will be a URL. I've got eyebrow text. Yep. AI is helping a little bit here. So we'll have a loop. Section break, we'll have the icon. And that's good enough to get going here. All right. We have some stuff spit out, nice and ugly. Excellent. So block content, we're going to do content block, give class flex gap. Let's take a quick look at the design here. Yeah. Justify between. Block content. How big is this here? 44. Font serif. But also above that, we've got another wrapping div. We're going to have the font hand and eyebrow text, block content, and then illustration URL is going to go close enough for now. What do we got? Let's do 2/3. And we need a little more control over the width here. For now, this is 320 by 320. All right, and item center. This needs to be bigger. I want this to. I don't want to. I don't want to cap the number of lines because it is different. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is okay. That eyebrow could be a little bigger. Whole bottom margin there. All right. Kind of good. Doesn't look as nice. We got light condensed. What? Oh, wait. Maybe it's just a weight. Light. Yeah. How's this go? Like, figure out how to target children pages here. Child selectors. I don't think I can. Yeah, that's fine. I can just do a little CSS later. So see, we've got like a weird line break here. There we go. And then I want these to flip-flop when they are back to back. So I know we've got control over the like order reverse, right? What is it? Flex direction, row, yeah, row reverse. Flex row reverse. Oh, I want to do that on odd. There we go. So now if we add more, they'll flip-flop back and forth. So that's good. And then I can add in those section breaks later, fine tune and fiddle, get these images cleaned up in Illustrator. But this is pretty good. Let's get that gallery in there. All right, so gallery. What is AI suggesting? I mean, that will get something on the page. Yeah. Class rounded XL. And probably should cap a height. I think these all have somewhat of like the same height here. 400. We don't want to set a width. I'm going to do the auto suggest with AI, like in cursor, ever just drive you crazy? Is there a shortcut to just turn it off for a little while? If anyone's watching and you know of like a shortcut key command to just like turn off all of it, that would be so nice. Please let me know. Bum, bum. Object cover. I might even actually set a width. So like width. What's it in the design? Say 240. All right, and I'm just going to double these so we can see how it works with more. Let's see. Grid's not actually what I want. I want flex. How do I want these to overlap? I think something like minus MX16. Is that going to get them to overlap? Yeah. And then I'm going to want to vary the top and bottom. In the bottom taskbar, you can click cursor tab and disable it globally. Clicking it doesn't do anything. Have to right click it? Is it is it a toggle? Am I actually toggling something? Hmm. Nice try. It doesn't seem to do it though. Um, I don't like having this doubled image here, so let me just go ahead and export the rest of these images. Ah, these aren't even the finals though. Yeah, whatever. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Export JPEG. And we had the group. We've got excited man. I had it for okay, hover it. It's really weird. I had it for a split second, and then you have to hover the checkbox. Okay. Oh, it is okay. Disable globally. Hmm. Well, that's different than what it was doing before. So let's see how that goes. I also wouldn't mind disabling this also, but yeah, I think that is going to be progress. Okay, I need to go back, upload those. You have to hover, yeah. Yep. And browse. Gonna add a couple more images. We've got excited woman and baptism here. So I'm gonna select those. Now I have 6 selected. There we go. Awesome. All right, so they are overlapping each other. We're gonna do flex, item center, justify center, and nice. Do I have shadows on these? No. Them all back. Yeah, this will need like some more fine tuning, obviously. But let's build a little rotation randomizer. What would be the cleanest way to do this? We can do, well, we can do some PHP right here, and then we can extract it into a component so it is cleaner. What we're gonna do, like rotation equals, what's the PHP random function? It's like rand, yeah, rand, but it needs to be from an array. You know what? I can just have AI do this part. Make a PHP function that picks a random number from an array of preset numbers. I do use AI a little bit sometimes. No, do it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. A little overkill, but should be fine. That feels like overkill, but okay. There we go. Sweet. This really could have been done with a PHP array, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so that's some nice rotation. Then we could take this, wrap this up in a component like we've done up here, um, and abstract that. Let's see what it's a little more aggressive. So I have like -2, 1, 2, 4. So I'll do like -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, -3. There we go. And then nice. I'll probably want this to like be a little bit more dependent on the width. We'll get to that. My viewport width. Feel free to like ask any questions as I'm going through here. I'm building this, but I can certainly take some tangents to show off anything anybody wants to see. Just figured I'd build some of those on my to-do list at some point just to have something real to live stream. Um, this got flipped around because, yeah, this odd. That's something I'm going to need to work out. I might need to not use the even and odd flex row reverse. What would be another way of doing that? Because I want the first nth of type. I think I want like an nth of type kind of thing. Um, and file element at a specific position. Disable code hint and hover pop-ups. Yeah, I figured that was a user setting JSON thing. I've done that before. I just didn't know if there was like a hit the button thing. And it would be really nice if there was. Nth of type 2. I do it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. For now, this is a little bit ghetto, but I could do like a 4 and a 6 here, and that should be pretty okay. Editor hover enabled false. Yeah. I'll add this. Editor hover enabled false. Yeah. No, it's still there. Editor hover enabled. I have it true here. I have it false down below. Just have it in one place. Dang it, still doing it. Whatever. All right. This is kind of good. This is kind of good. This is not really as like polished and fine-tuned as the design as far as like widths and spacing and stuff, but functionally it's there. So I could add another one of these. Let's make sure that my stuff holds up. And let me screenshot that. And does that flip back to the left side? It does. Although, hang on, these are inverted from actually what I want. So I want, wait, I guess I want it like 1, 3, and 5. Yeah, there we go. All right, nice. All right, I'm gonna leave this here, just in terms of like this is in a pretty functional state. Let's build a new section since I've still got people watching. I can't. Dang, it's been 2 hours already. This is like a good way to pass the time and actually stay focused. This is like a really good way to not get distracted because I know someone's watching. I shouldn't start browsing Twitter or something. I'm gonna have to do this more often. It's actually like really, really fun. Um, Feel free to comment more though. All right, let's pick another section. I think a good one would be, I want to say media, but practically speaking, it is going to be most likely an integration with Subsplash, which our church uses to run a lot of things. The current website, for one, it has like hundreds of back sermons, messages, and videos and stuff. So I'm probably going to do something with the API here, which is not as exciting. So maybe we build like the event section instead. I think that'll probably be that will be the way it works because we do not have one of those. Would be cool to see some, this is from Daniel Weaver. Would be cool to see some of your process building stuff for Statamic. Behind the scenes on anything core would be neat. Yeah, I can do that too. People want me to switch over and like work on a PR for something. I can do that. If you're like, oh, I get it, I built a website before. I mean, I can show my process for doing that. I'm less rusty over there. Um, do I have, let me see if I have anything that I could like reasonably work on. It wouldn't be like, oh, for future streams. Yeah, that's cool. I could do that for future streams. Yeah, I don't really have anything queued up. I already like did my PRs I had planned for today. I added this check for check all, uncheck all. I'll just show you this. Um, and which branch am I on? Yep. So if you're an SEO or a Statamic person, you're used to coming in, making a new role, and let's just say make a writer role. You now can hit check all per section or check all for everything and then just like uncheck the things you want, which is kind of silly that we never had that. But we didn't, mostly because we didn't have a good place in the UI for it. But now that we have a new UI with all these great little components that are super crazy, easy to do all sorts of fun stuff with, this took like 10 minutes. And those components are all here in our UI components. So you can just come in here. It's basically like our own shad CN sort of deal. So if you want like buttons or calendars or cards, um, listings, all this kind of stuff, you can just come here literally. If you're building an add-on or like building a custom section on the static control panel, uh, just copy and paste this stuff and like bam, it just works. So um, check it out if you are into building add-ons or customizing control panel or using the Statamic control panel as like your full app panel. You can just create all your own stuff. You have a different approach than if you're using Filament or Backpack or one of those, but kind of the same end result. And you'd be building with Vue 3 components instead of Liveware, which maybe your thing, maybe it's not. Yeah, Daniel, you spent a few minutes yesterday checking every box. Yeah, sorry. Well, next time you have to check all the boxes, you can remember like what it used to be like to have to check lots of boxes. Um, all right. I guess unless anyone has any requests on something like little, if you like an issue or something that you know of in our repo that's like kind of UI-ish, um, I can maybe tinkle with that if you want. Otherwise, I'm gonna go back to building this site a little bit more and building the event section. So let's jump back and close out some of these extra windows here. Don't need all that. Don't need all that. Let's make an events collection. And uh, instead of kind of templating it out first, let's build the content model first and then use the scaffold view button. How about that? Also, let's configure the collection because events are publish date enabled collections. So every entry in an event gets a date. Past dates should be unlisted. Future dates should be public because events are all about things that are in the future. And we want publish by default. Yep, 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 yep. All that stuff. Ooh, I found a bug. Found a bug. You're here with me. Let's open an issue. Let's see. Preview targets grid field inputs are have weird spacing. Edit a collection. It's me. Let me post. Yeah. All right. There we go. I'm going to set a route for this. So it's going to be events and then slug. That's how we want it. So I want the date in the URL. I probably want the date in the URL actually. So I'm going to do like, um, yeah, I do want the date in the URL. So it's going to be slug, and then I'll do the year, month, day, and I'll see how that feels. Because this would be maybe a little different for a church. I want like a URL to be like events, um, Sunday service, 2026. I think it would be nice to like have a dynamic redirect. So we'll just go to the newest one or something like that. Anyway, not super important. We can always change that later. And then let's pick a calendar type of icon. And now let's configure the blueprints. We don't need an author. Content is good, although I think for this site, I'm just going to use Bard everywhere instead of Markdown field. So I'm going to do Bard, content, and H2, H3, bold. Yeah, this is going to have a lot more flexibility because like anything could be in here potentially, all sorts of stuff. Um, should never need code blocks. That all looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Not sure if I'll need sets or not. So that should be enough. And then we've got the date, which should be dynamic. And then we have, let's take a look at this. So we have the title, and Statamic doesn't have recurring events. So we need to think about, we're going to have a lot of events of the same name. So I'm thinking, how do we want to do this? It's actually a good sort of site to dog food Statamic with. I've actually not, I don't know if I've ever built a church site with Statamic, or at least I haven't for like 10 years. So this should be good. This should be good. Let me go back to the collection. I want to think about this for a second. Configure, and the automatic title format is probably useful. So let me pull up the, I don't use this feature very much, so let me just read the docs here. Yeah, we're gonna have, there'll be a Sunday service event every single week. So like 52 of those a year. They're gonna end up having hundreds of those over the next couple of years. So I think it would be nice if, does that even matter? Maybe that doesn't even matter. They can all just say Sunday service, and then we just have a date. Maybe it doesn't matter. Probably doesn't matter. All right. Um, we have a start time and an end time, so we do need that. So let's turn on, let's see. There are a few event add-ons that handle recurring events if I wanted something like that out of the box. Yeah, I've seen those. I want to see how far I can get using Statamic core features. And then I feel the ick. And then I say, guys, we're building a new feature because I feel icky about something that I built. Um, Instead of, I try not to use add-ons just for that purpose so I can see where our core product like really is deficient. Um, I mean, if I was doing client work, I mean, for sure, I would just do add-ons. But since I am in the position I am in, that's kind of how I do everything. Okay, where was I? I think I'm gonna leave titles as it is. I want to add time. So yeah, that's gonna be in the blueprint. So in the sidebar, we're gonna have date, and I want to enable time here. Seconds don't matter. And and then I'm gonna want date. Um, will there be, let me think, are there events where the time doesn't matter? I can't imagine so. Everything's gonna be like, go here at this time. And maybe a missions trip would be like something that spans a bunch of dates, but that's kind of an exception. So let's just add a time field. So event end time. And yeah, I'll put that underneath the date. It'll be optional. Maybe I should say that it's optional. You know, like it's not, some things don't really have an end date. You know, people just hang out. It's just okay to say like, hey, we do this at noon and just like hang out. So, all right. Bum, 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 bum. Should be enough. We have the title, we have the date, we have, oh, location. And I have a default of just meeting at the church. That seems logical, right? I think that seems logical. All right, back to, yeah, events. I think I have everything I need. Oh, RSVP. Or sign up. So that could actually be, how do I want to do that? We might continue to use Subsplash's form system, and I'll just have like embedded forms, which actually feels pretty icky. I should just work on the Statamix form feature, huh? Yep. Um, for now, I'm gonna make that a URL. That's a wicked design. Thank you. Thanks. I thought it was pretty cool. Um, I've been putting off doing a design for my church for like uh, at least a year because I most of my designs I've done in the manner like in the span of like 2 to 3 hours, like end to end. I'll just wait till the idea hits me and then like bam. So this whole design, like this is probably 3 hours of work. Like this was like the first hour of like, I can't think of anything. And then like right around here, it like hit me. And then the rest of this was like, bam, done. And this was just like last Friday night. So actually able to build this thing now. Thanks, Firecracker. All right. One more back to the blueprint for one more thing. We are going to do a RSVP, actually call to action button. Yeah. So we're going to do location. I want that here. I want to do a button. So we're going to do text, button text. Yeah. And then we're going to add a link field, button URL. And you can choose from events and pages or use any URL. And then I'm going to add a field. I just want a revealer. It says add button. And then the revealer is going to be conditions show this when. Where is it? Oh, did I not name the button? Hang on. Oh, yeah, it is called add button. Okay. Yeah. Boom. Conditions show these when add button equals toggled on. Pretty sure that's how that works. And then button URL, show when add button is on. And then I'm going to make these 50%. One here. Let's just test that. Ta-da! Sweet. All right, that's what I want. I'm going back to this title again. I think I'm forgetting an aspect of this. Nope. I want to configure the collection, and I think we want slugs. Thanks, Austin. He says, huge congrats on Statamic 6. Appreciate it. We just launched it on Wednesday. Yeah. A full year of work. And I'm super happy with it. I can't go back. I'm feeling I'm gonna get these slugs wrong. Require slugs. I want every time, as far as the front end, we have a lot of repeat titles. And a repeat title is going to end up with repeat slugs that are all going to end up with just like a number appended to it, which is weird. I can automatically generate a title and I can automatically generate an ID as a slug, but I want a nice clean URL also. This is a tricky problem. I'm just going to go with defaults and I'm going to fix it later and decide the right way to do that. Later. Yeah, because I can't quite think of it while live streaming. All right. Now we're going to scaffold the views here. So I'm going to go pop open my sidebar. We've got our templates over here. So I'm going to scaffold this out. I'm going to make an event index and an event show templates views. And now inside the show, here's all of the variables that we created all ready for us. And then our index actually has a really basic loop that will pull the entries in, which reminds me that we need to do a little bit of abstraction here. So before we get into that, let's take our layout. All this stuff was the header. That's all the nav. Okay. So from here down is like the page template, right? Actually, every page is going to have that main header. So I'm going to leave the hero there. I'm going to take this page builder out. And for now, I'm going to put it in the home template. But we're going to end up abstracting that a little bit better later. Because we've got a hero, then we've got template content. I could spell that. It's going to be where that gets pulled in. Let's confirm our home page is now says hello. So it's fallen back to the defaults. Let's make sure the home page is using the home template, which it is. Why is that different now? Hero title. Did that change just when I went and did this? Or did it change? When did that change? What did I do? What has changed? I've made a new collection. I made new templates. Anyone have any idea what I did? Why would this be like that? Hero. And clear the cache, maybe? What do I do? Blueprint's still there. I think hero should be at top. Watch me debug in real time. Oh, found a typo. It's clearly falling back the default, but why? If I hard code it, that's working. Hmm. Page builder. What did I do? Um, well, now, this is interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, y'all noticed that, right? The presence of that same template content in my home template overrode it. I should be able to just take like all this stuff like this. Now it should disappear. Do template content, put it all in here. Okay, yep, as I would have expected, that works. Okay, But what I really wanted was to keep this out. Okay, will that remove? Oh, was I just like thinking about it wrong? Okay, that's the hero. This should be here. Okay. Yeah, I just need to clean this up. This all needs to be out there. Whoa. I found another bug. If true, it's kind of not a good one. Um, oh, is it layout content? No. What is going on? Well, is this the end of the live stream? Do I have a naming collision with the page builder? That's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think there's any naming collisions. So if I look at here, heading text, I don't know, should be fine. Um, well, let me put all this stuff back in here where it renders for now. I'll sort that out later. All right, let's work on that event collection. So I'll just, for now, I'll grab this, bring it over to events index, put it here. I'm sure I'm just doing something wrong. That can't possibly be like a bug that everybody's gonna run into. All right, so events has a typo in it. Events. And we're gonna want to use the events index template. And another thing we're gonna want to do is for the events collection, nope, configure it. Go to, let's see, to the mount. We're going to link this to the events entry, save it. And so now when you're on this page tree, this will add and edit. So if you want to come in, just add an event, just do it right there. Sweet. All right, so scaffolded. Let's create a first entry just to have something. So from our design, we're going to say, let's just add Merry Monks. And okay, we did do the blueprint. I think we just got to move that template down. It's slow, silly looking right there. This can be February 6th. Be at 6 p.m. It's going to end at 8 p.m. And we're going to have a button. Now we don't need a button. I think that's it. We really just location, date. That's all we really need for this. And then we will pull something onto the page. Let's fix that. How many ways can I typo this? Awesome. Now let's go back to this page. And the here title is going to be events. There's no subtitle. Uh, I haven't, yeah, I guess I could export this as placeholder. Graffiti style word, events. That should be enough. Okay. And then except on all the other pages, it's not going to be 600 or 800 pixels tall. It's going to be 380. So here it's going to be 380. There we go. There's no subtitle. And here's Mary Monk. So we are looping out all the one events. Also in here, we've got this. Here's what's going on. So let's build this section. There's that eyebrow. Basically want this same style like that. For now, just throw like a ghetto HR in there. And let's see what we got. Needs to be bigger. Bigger. Yeah, that'll work. All right, now let's loop through these. I don't really need a UL. That's not necessarily necessary. Let's take a look. We got just a border, round, some padding. Color's my border. Pretty dark. Might as well be black. And let's do flex. Justify between. I'm probably going to end this stream in 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. I'm wrapping up. It's Friday. It's probably going to be pizza night. I'm looking forward to that. The scaffolder will do this self-closing syntax. Just it's a way of making sure it never collides with anything incorrectly ever. You can, generally speaking, remove that final slash if you want. That's up to you. All right, so we've got our first div is going to be for the date. So we're going to have div class font and then we'll have date. We're going to do format. And then what is the PHP? James, I am streaming on YouTube and Twitch. So Sorry about the bad Twitter stream. I just wanted it to push out everywhere. You can, if you go to my YouTube channel, you can see it there. YouTube.com/Jack McDade. Um, I think, did we put it in our docs? Because it's so hard to find the PHP docs. Date format, formatting dates. Um, maybe not. PHP date formatting strings. Where is the letter for the day of the week? Here we go. Lowercase l. All right, we got the Friday. It needs to be a little bigger. Yep. Okay, and then here we're gonna have this can be serif. Serif text, maybe extra large. As be date format, and that's gonna be month. And that one is where is it? Day, week, month. I want M, capital M. And then single digit for the day, and that's going to be lowercase j. Yes, I need to make sure we're closing everything here. And that goes outside. And that gets a close. There we go. Make sure these are really tight. All right, this can be like 2XL, 3XL. Yes, 2 should be good. All right, I'll do like gap 6. Just fine. That's not what I want there. This should. Why? That text center, text start. Yeah. Okay. I guess these could be H3s. It's probably okay. There, that's 3XL. A little big. There's also going to be a stacked section, so we've got the title. Oh yeah, so maybe we'll just do another div. Just div all the things. All right, we got a title, and then underneath the title is going to be the location, which is going to be smaller. Font serif. Light. Location. A little at symbol in there. I probably should just check if there is a location, just in case we have things on there that are not location driven. I don't know why that's complaining. Unclosed if somewhere. Oh, gotta close the if, not the tag. All right. Right. Good. It just looks a little bit smushy smushed in there. Let me just hard code what I've got in the design because it looks good. 26 pixels. And then here, 20. That looks good. That's pretty much what I've got in there, right? Right. I think maybe the border's a little bit darker, but otherwise, that looks pretty good. And then we're going to want to add a gap between them all. Let's call gap 8. Letting none is missing the E on line 39. Thank you. Sweet. That was way better and less annoying than cursor. All right. Oh, we didn't have the time. I knew something was missing. So we want to add, let's look at design again, the time. So we'll just break this to new line, and then we'll do, actually, yep, so this will come down here, and then we'll do that. And then here, get rid of that. And we'll do date format. And that's going to be hour, minute. What is it? 11:02. Oh, right? No, it's at 6 p.m. So what's H? We need time. I want 12-hour format. This is America. I got G. And then I want hour, which should be H. What? I want minutes with leading zeros. I. And then I want AM, PM. Yep. There we go. And then if end time, is that what I called it? End time. We'll do end time format. And here we'll have a little M dash. And close this. There we go. I'm thinking an M dash though, maybe an N dash. And yeah, that looks good. All right, so let's test out a couple of variations. So we've got, let's make another entry, Sunday service, and that's going to be the next Sunday, and that's 10. It's just not set at end time and see what that looks like. Awesome. Looks good. Our slugs look nice. I'm good with that. Oh, it says 3 p.m. though. Why does it say 3 p.m.? Time zone. Yep. That's going to be my .nv. Where's the time zone? What? It's an NV thing, right? locale. Let's check our dates. Our docs, time zones. System.php. Time zone. Yeah, this is like a new Statamic 6 thing. I haven't actually implemented this yet. We store everything in UTC now, and then you have a display time zone. That way, everything's standardized from the client side and then the storage side. So, display time zone. I wonder if that should be part of the installer. I should ask you that so you don't have to forget about it. Okay, so I set that. Probably need to clear the cache. No. Um, when leaving your time zone set to each of these items or creates a time zone. Since the form of virus CVD. Okay, that's what I want. I want this true. Yeah. Thanks, Daniel. I literally have not used this feature before. There we go. That's exactly what I want. So I got a 10 a.m. service at 6 p.m. to 3 p.m. Ooh, 3 p.m. I thought that was 8 p.m. 6 p.m. to 3 p.m. So it didn't automatically do it on the time field type. That's interesting. If I were to do end time, time zone, that might be a bug. Probably a bug. Well, we are pretty close to it being pretty usable anyway. So, all right, it is 4:40 p.m. I'm going to wrap up for the day here. And wow, I got 355. Is that 355 people total or 355 like right now watching? I don't know how to know. End time is converting. Start time is not. Start date time is not. Um, End time is not converting. 6 p.m. is the start time right here. And then the end time would be 8 p.m. and that's showing 3. So it's this one is not showing correctly. Yeah, I'll figure it out and make sure there's no bugs. Anyway, wrapping up. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna do this again. You know, please leave a comment or something. That should convert to 1 p.m. It shouldn't. It should be 8 p.m. because that's what I saved it as. It should convert to 1 p.m. Sorry, it should convert to 8 p.m. It's supposed to take in the UTC format of the input I've got, and then that setting should make it respected. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you guys like the live. Leave if you want me to do this more. I mean, I think I'm going to, but I wouldn't mind like a couple comments or something on the YouTube or the whatever. But this was good. Thanks everybody. Hope you like Statamic 6, and I'll catch you later.